So let's talk about one of the largest communities in New York City. So Latinos make up 2.5 million of the population in the city. We have a purchasing power of 3.4 trillion. So we contribute significantly to spending and to taxes. So how is your administration prioritizing our needs, hearing our wants, and really investing in what's significant about our community?
And you know what's powerful about that is that when you use the term Latino community, it's not a monolithic community.
Correct.
So many different groups with different beliefs and understanding. So although the city on the whole, we must do things on the whole for the city of New York, make sure it's safe, make sure children are educated, make sure that we have a good transportation system and a good housing, which we have been doing good in. We have to be honest about each community. They have their unique wants and desires, and even within those communities. Because what I get from my folks from Peru is different from what I get from my folks from DR. It's different from what I get from my folks from PR, Ecuador. You know, so there's a difference. And we must lean into those communities and make sure that we find out what are your needs specifically. And that's what we've been addressing. Everything from bilingual education to changing some of the textbooks in school that you would never see any Latin authors with real stories. Because to encourage people to read, they should see themselves in what they are reading. And our goal is to do that, make sure that we open doors for jobs, and have the Latino community know the employment. And doing, my role as mayor must be symbolism and substance. Both go together. I must do those safety, housing, other stuff. But the symbolism, I mean, why did we have, it took 110 mayors before we had the first deputy mayor to be Dominican. First Spanish-speaking police commissioner, first Spanish-speaking Dominican to be in charge of DOT, largest DOT in the country. You know, so when you start to see how we elevate the Latino communities, from my commissioner of Department of Aging, Commissioner Cortez Vasquez, to you see the presence of Latinos in my administration, even down to my nightlife, Director Garcia, who was a former nightlife person that knew what the nightlife community was going through. So I brought people who went through a lot. Now they're in administration helping people who are going through a lot and understanding real, authentic needs for the communities that we represent. So
do you have a Latino advisory board that's kind of giving you the game of what's happening, has a pulse of what is important to the community?
Yes, and that's a great question. That goes back to, if I attempt to just have just one advisory board, I'm going to miss it. So what we do at Borough Hall, at City Hall, think of my borough president days, at City Hall, is that we do these round tables with the groups within the groups. You know, you'll see that the first time, as I talk about symbolism and substantive, the first time you'll see the flag raisings of different Latino communities. The first time we'll host their acknowledgement days. We'll have a Hispanic month, but we didn't go into the different groups that makes up the Hispanic community and Latino community, and we will host them at Gracie Mansion. But we also sit down with them and ask them, what are the needs inside the community? One of the big examples, let's think about the Venezuelan community. When you look at the migrants and asylum seeker issue, there are Venezuelans who are citizens here, green cards here, holders here, and have been here. No one is asking them, how are you feeling? Seeing everything about your country being plastered on the news, people trying to demonize you. So we brought the Venezuelan leaders in and say, how do we help you as you deal with the new arrivals that are coming here, and as you stabilize those of you who are here? We had a one-on-one conversation with them to talk about that, and we're doing that with all the groups. So we have the overall advisory, but we also want to make sure that we don't leave anyone there. And then my respect for the cultures, because remember, this country is the only country on the globe that tells you don't leave your culture. Like, I'm not American African. You know, you're not American Latino. A Chinese person is not American Chinese. America says put your country first.
They aspire to do that.
Yes.
They says we aspire
That's
to do
the spirit.
that. Right? Yes.
Put your country first because it's important, because it becomes part of the common denominator of the American experience. We are who we are because people are bringing their life experiences into the mix, the food, the culture, the dance, the ingenuity, how they solve problems in their homeland. And that's important. So what I'd like to do, I like to visit the homelands of people. I want to go to Ecuador and learn what's happening there, to Colombia, learn what's happening there, to Puerto Rico, to DR, to Peru, to go to South and Central America. Because when I get an understanding, when I visited those countries, I said, wait a minute, now I understand some of the cultural norms here in the city.
I appreciate that. I think that's a really good approach to have because it's very difficult from the outside to relate, right? Unless you've gone through the experience yourself. And if you're just going by what you see in the media, it's very easy for you to be influenced and create a bias. Right. Like with what's going on with immigration in this city. So I would love to take a deep dive into this with you because you have been on camera associating immigration with aliens. And that language can be disheartening, right? Especially to Latinos, because many of us did migrate to this country, as well as the Black community. But right now, what you're seeing in the media is this uprising of Latinos being violent that have immigrated here. They're stealing, right? They're terrorizing our citizens. So what is your approach to this? And given everything that you just said about trying to understand the roots and the community, what are we doing about this issue? What's up, mi gente? Are you looking for mentorship and the place to secure the big bag? Have you ever watched me here on the Banking on Cultura podcast and thought to yourself, you know what? I want to work with Victoria Jenn. Or maybe you thought to yourself, I want to be a part of her network of badass women and entrepreneurs. Well, guess what? You absolutely can. Join me this November 15th through the 16th in the heart of New York City for my 7th annual Secure the Big Bag and Wellness Summit. Let's face it, so many of us are tired, burnt out, ready to throw in the towel, honey, and quite frankly, we want to dedicate ourselves to the soft life. But what if there was a way for us to achieve both time and financial freedom and also have a healthy, well-balanced life? What if you could secure the big bag, build a business that fuels you versus drains you, as well as build a solid network of business besties who want to support and motivate you while also centering self? This summit is the premier destination for the latest marketing, sales, and AI tools that can 10x your business while also nurturing your well-being. Learn from top experts from both business and wellness, including executives from the corporate sector, so that you can explore corporate-level opportunities that can elevate your business to new heights. Ensuring you're not just prepared, but fully equipped to dominate in 2025 and beyond. This is your opportunity for your business to thrive while you do too. Head over to securethebigbag.com to check out the agenda and all the heavy hitters that will be in the building. I cannot wait to see you in New York City, mi gente. It's go time.